Hello mga kawamat, in this video lesson, we will discuss about direct variation. Our objectives illustrate situation that involve direct variation, translate into variation statement a relationship involving direct variation between two quantities given by a table of values, a mathematical equation, a graph, and vice versa, and solve problems involving direct variation. Remember, there is a direct variation whenever a situation produces pairs of numbers in which their ratio is constant. This can be expressed into mathematical statement or equation as y is equal to kx, where k is equal to y over x, is the constant of variation or constant of proportionality. This statement can be y varies directly as x, y is directly proportional to x, and y is proportional to x. So, ibig sabihin class, kapag nabasa natin itong mga statement na to, kapag translate natin into equation, ay ganito siya. Okay? Depende sa variable na gagamitin. So, dito y is equal to y and x. So, ganito dapat siya natin translate. And also, this statement mean that for two quantities, x and y, an increase in x causes an increase in y as well. Similarly, a decrease in x causes a decrease in y. Okay, let's have first an application of the relationship between the distance or the time travel and the distance. Okay, this is an application of direct variation. Using his bicycle, Kyle travels a distance of 10 kilometers per hour on a steep road. So, first, okay, given the table of values, so in 1 hour, he traveled 10 kilometers. In 2 hours, he traveled 20 kilometers. In 3 hours, he traveled 30 kilometers. In 4 hours, he traveled 40 kilometers. And in 5 Okay, after 5 hours, he traveled already 50 kilometers. So, let's try to answer the following question. Show that the distance d varies directly as time t. Draw the graph of t against t. Write an equation showing the relationship between d and t. How far Kyle traveled after 8 hours and 10 and a half hours? Okay, let's answer first letter A. Show the distance d varies directly as time. So, paano yun natin gagawin? Kunin natin yung ratio ng bawat isa. Okay? So, kunin natin yung ratio ng bawat isa. So, i-divide lang natin d over t. So, sa una, if this 10 and time is 1. So, 10 divide 1, the answer is 10. So, and sa pangalawa, that is 20 divide 2. So, the answer is still 10. At sa pangatlo, 30 divide 3, so still the answer is 10. And then sa pang-apat, 40 divide 4, the answer is 10. And last, 50 divide 5, the answer is 10. So therefore, 10 is constant. So, ibig sabihin, d varies directly as t. Okay, so again, ang constant natin dito is 10. Next, draw the graph of d against t. Okay, so using the Cartesian plane, you can plot the ordered pairs of the given point. So, and then this now, so that is 110. So, ito yon. Next is 220, 330, 440, and 550. So notice that is the time increases. So when the time increases, the distance also increases. As the time decreases, the distance decreases. In fact, as a time or number of hours is doubled, the distance traveled also doubled. So that is the relationship of the direct variation. And write an equation showing the relationship between d and t. So, paano natin makuha yon ang equation natin? Since kanina, nakuha natin yung constant natin, which is 10. Di ba yung kanina? So, lahat dito 10. So, malalaman kasi natin na direct variation kapag given yung table of values. Kapag dinivide natin to at kinuha yung ratio nila, and then pareho-pareho, ibig sabihin direct variation yan. So, ano ibig sabihin nun? So, that is, since 10 yung ratio nila, so the equation relating D and T is D is equal to 10 times T. So, try natin i-check. So, kung ang time natin is 3, so 10 times 3, so the distance is 30, correct? So, and letter D, so ibig sabihin yung equation natin dito is D is equal to 10T or 10 times T. So sa letter D, how far Kyle traveled after 8 hours and 10 and a half hours. So using our equation, so when T is equal to 8, so substitute lang natin. So 10 times 8, the answer is 80. So 80 kilometers after 8 hours, no? Another 10 and a half hours, 10 and 1 half, no? So ganun lang din, substitute lang natin sa T natin. So that is 10 times 1 half. Okay, so 10 times 1 half and 10 times 10 and a half, that is 105. So ibig sabihin, after 10 and 1 half 10 and 1 half hours, so he traveled already 105 kilometers. Okay, so again, this is an application of direct variation showing the relationship between the distance and the time traveled. Okay, for example number 2, write an equation for the following statement. So, paano ba natin i-translate, no, ang mga statement into an equation? So, first, the fare of a passenger varies directly as the distance d of his destination. By the way, class, meron naman kayong dyan, clue kung sino yung mauuna, kung anong variable yung unahin nyo. So, dapat kung ano yung mauna dito, siya yung dapat yung nauna din. So, since may word tayong varies directly dito, so that is for direct variation. So, paano natin i-translate into equation? So, that is F is equal to KD. So, laging may K kasi yung K that is our constant, where K is F over D. So, tatandaan natin, susundan lang natin kung ano yung nakalagay sa statement. Then, para hindi tayo mahirapan i-translate into equation. Next, the weight W of an object is directly proportional to its mass M. So again, iba-iba yung ginagamit ng varies directly, directly proportional. So parehas lang yan na for direct variation. So paano natin gawing equation to? I-translate into equation. So that is W is equal to Km. So where K is equal to W over M. And for letter C, the area A of a triangle is proportional to its height, H. So, that is, A is equal to KH, where K is equal to A over H. So, ganyan natin i-translate into equation, yung mga statement. Okay? So, let's apply yung natutunan natin dito sa example number 2. For example number 3, if Y varies directly as X. So, nandyan ha. If Y varies directly as X and Y is equal to 24 when X is 6, find the variation constant. So, kukunin natin yung K dito. And the equation of variation. So, paano natin gagawin? So, first, kailangan natin i-translate yung statement na to. Y varies directly as X. So, that is Y is equal to Kx. So, ang kukunin muna natin para makuha natin yung equation of variation, kunin muna natin yung value ng K or yung constant natin, yung variation constant. So, paano yon? Okay, to solve for K, so substitute lang natin. Of course, papalitan natin yung Y ng 24 at yung X natin ng 6. So, that is 24 is equal to K6 or 24 is equal to 6K. So, para ma-solve natin yung K, divide both side by what? Divide both side by 6. Okay, so 24 divided 6, K is equal to 4. Ibig sabihin, yung variation constant dito is 4. So, balik tayo dito. No? Balik tayo dito sa equation natin. So, kung kukunin natin yung equation of variation, so, pagkakuha natin, after makuha yung constant, babalik kayo dito para makuha natin yung equation of variation. So, papalitan lang natin to. So, nakuha na natin yung K and that is 4. So, papalitan lang natin to. So, yung equation ng variation natin is Y is equal to 4X. Okay, another example. Find the constant of variation and the equation of variation in which y varies directly as x and y is equal to 51 when x is equal to 3. So again, so translate muna natin into equation. So y varies directly as x, so that is y is equal to kx. And then solve for k, substitute lang natin yung value ng y and x. So our y is 51 and x is 3, or 51 is equal to 3k. So to solve for k, divide both side by 3. So 51 divide 3, the answer is 17. So ibig sabihin yung constant natin is 17. So balik tayo dun sa equation natin. Papalitan natin yung k natin ng 17. So therefore, yung equation ng variation natin ay y is equal to 17x. Okay? Another example. So the table below shows the number of hours t traveled and the distance d traveled by a car. Find the constant of variation and the equation which describe the relation. So dito, given naman yung table of values, paano natin kunin yung constant and equation of variation? So first, of course, since sabi doon, this is the distance, the number of hours t traveled and the distance traveled by a car. So ang unahin natin dito is yung d. Okay? So d is equal to kt. Okay? Ito yung magiging equation natin. Yan ang magiging equation natin. D is equal to kt. Okay? So, para makuha natin yung constant, pili tayo kahit alin dyan. So, pwedeng yung t natin is 1, yung d natin is 40, or pwede yung t natin is 2, at yung d natin is 80. So, ito yung piliin natin. O, kahit alin naman dito, pwedeng yung piliin. So, para ma-solve lang natin yung k, kasi kailangan natin kunin yung equation nito. To solve for k, yung constant natin, so that is, so substitute lang natin yung distance, yung d natin is 80, and yung time is 2, or 80 is equal to 2k. So, to solve for k, divide both side by 2. So, 80 divide 2, the answer is 40. Ibig sabihin, yung constant natin dito ay 40. Therefore, yung equation natin, so babalik tayo dito. Ano yung equation natin? D is equal to 40. So, ito yung ang constant natin, 40. Tapos, yung equation natin ito. D is equal to 40. Okay. So, ito ay gamit ang table of values. Again, kapag ang tanong dyan, may tanong sa activities nyo, kung direct variation ba yung given na table of values, ang gagawin nyo lang, kunin yung mga ratio nito, i-divide nyo to, tapos i-divide nyo yan. Kapag same yung constant, okay, na makukuha nyo, yung ratio na makukuha natin, ibig sabihin that is direct variation. Okay, for example number 6, if x varies directly as y, and x is equal to 35, when y is equal to 7, what is the value of y when x is equal to 25? So, through table of values, pakita natin. So, kapag ang x daw ay 35, yung y natin is 7. Kapag yung x 25, ano yung value ng y? So, hinahanap natin yung nandito. So, bago natin makuha yan, kailangan natin kunin muna yung equation natin. At bago natin makuha yung equation natin, kailangan natin kunin yung constant. So, dun lagi kayo mag-start. Kunin yung constant natin. Since yung nauna dito is x, so dapat yan ang kunin natin. X is equal to ky. So, x varies directly as y. And then, substitute natin yung given natin. So, yung x natin is 35 and yung yung y natin is 7. So, or 35 is equal to 7k. To solve for the constant or the value of k, divide both side by 7. So, the constant is 5. So, balik tayo sa equation na to. So, papalitan natin to ng 5. So, x is equal to 5y. So, ito ngayon ang equation natin. So, ang constant 5, yung equation natin, makukuha na natin yung value ng y. Paano? So, sabi kasi, kapag ang x daw ay 25, ano yung value ng y? So, gamit yung equation na to, so, substitute lang natin yung x natin, which is 25. So, 25 is equal to 5y. Solve for y. So, to solve for y, divide both side by 5. So, y is equal to 25, divide 5. Therefore, y is equal to 5. So, kapag ang x is 25, y is equal to 5. Another example, if y varies directly as x and y is equal to 24, when x is equal to 6, find the value of y when x is equal to 15. So, using the table of values, so makikita natin, if x is 6, if the value of x is 6 and the value of y is 24, x is 15, so ano yung value ng y? So, y ulit ang hinahanap dito. So, tingnan natin. So, dito naman nauna yung y. So, y is equal to kx. Okay? Again, bago natin makuha ito, kailangan muna natin kunin yung constant. After ng constant, makuha natin yung equation. After ng equation, isa-substitute natin ito para makuha natin yung y. Okay, so unahin natin, kagaya ng ginawa natin dito. So that is 24 is equal to k times 6. Okay, so sinubstitute lang natin yung value ng y and yung value ng x. Or 24 is equal to 6k. To solve the constant, divide both sides by 6. So 24 divided 6, the answer is 4. Okay, so balik tayo dito sa equation natin. So yung k na to or yung constant, papalitan na natin ng 4. So yung equation natin is y is equal to 4x. So ang tanong, if x is 15, what is the value of y? So substitute lang natin yung value ng x natin. So y is equal to 4 times 15. So papalitan natin yung x natin ng 15. Therefore, if x is 15, y is equal to 60. Okay. Let's have application of direct variation, no? Importante kung saan natin pwedeng gamitin, no? Yung direct variation. For example, number 8, a worker's paycheck P varies directly as the number of hours H worked. For working 20 hours, the payment is 1,000 pesos. Find the payment for 45 hours of work. So, tingnan natin yung problem. So, after working 20 hours, so babayaran siya ng 1,000. So, magkano ang ibabayad sa kanya after working 45 hours? So, yan ang tanong natin. So, again, kailangan natin i-translate yung statement natin into equation. So, P varies directly as the number of hours. So, that is P is equal to KH. And then, para ma-solve natin to kung magkano ang ibabayad sa kanya after 45 hours, kunin muna natin yung constant natin para makuha natin yung equation. So, substitute lang natin. So, yung ano natin dito, yung P natin is 1,000 at yung H natin is 20 hours. So, 1,000 is equal to 20k. So, kailangan natin kunin yung constant. Divide both side by 20. So, 1,000 divide 20, the answer is 50. So, yung constant natin dito ay 50. Balik tayo dito sa equation na to. Okay? So, P is equal to 50H. So, ngayon, makukuha na natin kung magkano yung payment after 45 hours. So, that is, okay, substitute lang natin sa nakuha nating equation. So, 50 times 45, so the answer is 2,250 pesos. So, ibig sabihin, ang ibabayad sa kanya after 45 hours of work ay 2,250 pesos. Okay, another word problem. The weight of an object on the moon varies directly as its weight on Earth. An astronaut who weighed 80 kg on Earth weighs 12.8 kg on the moon. So, that is moon. Okay, how much would a 60 kg person weight on the moon? Okay. Okay, so first, we need to translate the statement, no, using the definition of direct variation. So that is y is equal to kx. So pwede rin naman class na ito yung gagamitin nyo, no? Kung ayaw nyo gamitin yung mga word dyan, kung walang binibigay. Hindi kagaya kasi dito sa problem number 8, sa example number 8, meron siyang binigay na variable yung p and h. Dito wala, so pwedeng gamitin nyo yung y is equal to kx dito. And after that, replace y with 12.8. So, papalitan natin yung y natin ng 12.8 and x with 80. So, that is 12.8 is equal to 80k and solve for k. So, paano natin ma-solve yung k? By dividing both side by 80. So, 12.8 divide 80. So, the answer is 0.16. Ibig sabihin, this is now the constant of variation, yung 0.16. And after that, makukuha na natin yung equation natin. So, balik tayo dito. Balik tayo dyan. So, yung equation na natin ay y is equal to 0.16x. So, next is, use the equation of variation to find y when x is 60. Okay? So, gamitin natin yung equation na to para makuha natin yung value ng y when x is 60. Ito yun, 60 kg. So, replace x with 60. So, papalitan lang natin yung x ng 60. So, that is 0.16 times 60. The answer is 9.6. So, ibig sabihin, a 60 kilogram person, no, on Earth will weigh 9.6 kilogram on the moon. Okay, it's your time. So, before we start, so mag-ready muna kayo ng paper and pen. Okay, I give you 5 questions. So, pwede nyo i-post yung video sa kanyo sagot. I-play ulit for the answer. For question number 1, which of the following represent the statement A varies directly as B? A, B is equal to KA. Okay, nauna. Letter B, A is equal to KB. Letter C, A is equal to K over B. And letter D, B is equal to K over A. Okay, so the answer is letter B. A is equal to KB. Next, question number 2. Find the constant of variation in which y varies directly as x and y is equal to 28 when x is equal to 2. Letter A, 1 over 14. Letter B, 1 over 28. And letter C, 14. Letter D, 28. Yes, the correct answer is letter C. K is equal to 14. Question number 3. Find the equation of variation in which y varies directly as x and y is equal to 28 when x is equal to 2. Ano to? Karugtong ng question number 2. Letter A, y is equal to 10x. Letter B, y is equal to 12x. Letter C, y is equal to 14x. And letter D, y is equal to 16x. Alright, the answer is letter C, y is equal to 14x. Next, question number 4. Which is an example of a direct variation? Letter A, xy is equal to 10. B, y is equal to 2 over x. Letter C, y is equal to 5x. And letter D, 2 over y is equal to x. Okay, so the answer is letter C, y is equal to 5x. Next, this is the last question. What happens to t when h is doubled in the equation t is equal to 4h? T is doubled. B, t is half. Letter C, t is tripled. And D, t becomes 0. Yes, the answer is letter A. Also, t is doubled. Okay, if you get a perfect score, congratulations. You can share or you can comment your score in our comment section.